This is Marshall Masters for Yowza.com, that's YOWUSA.com, and this video accompanies our series of articles under the title First Two Planet X SPT Leaked Image Videos by Nibiru Shock 2012, now seen as highly credible. This series of articles and this video culminate a 7-week study that began when Nibiru Shock 2012 first released his video Nibiru Planet X photos taken January 2008 on YouTube. What prompts us to increase our assessment of these first two videos by Nibiru Shock 2012 from compelling to highly credible is not additional science, but rather harkens back to a quote by President Richard Nixon. It's not the crime that kills you, it's the cover-up. And this is the principal reason why we have raised our assessment levels. Also in this video and on our website at Yowza.com, we reveal personal correspondence from Nibiru Shock to me. And that proved to be a critical turning point in this study. And for those of you who have a Yowza.com subscription, you can download a full screen capture of that message with the complete text. So to help put this in context, let's look at the actual chronology of how we got into this, why we've been following it, and all of the events that led us to this new assessment. This story really began for us back in April 2006, when we released an article, South Pole Telescope, SPT, America's New Planet X Tracker. We broke the story on the SPT, and we've been following it ever since. The reason why we're so interested in this observatory is that it is the perfect instrument at the perfect place and at the perfect time to monitor Planet X as it approaches the core of our system from the southern skies. In December of 2007, we received a phone call from a fellow in New Zealand who runs a large merchant association. These are merchants that are providing supplies for those people that are going down to the Amundsen Scott Station where this telescope is installed. What he told me is that special teams were flying in to Antarctica non-stop from the United States, which means a coordinated mid-air refueling process. Our source told us that it was very unpopular with the international researchers from other countries because these teams were very secretive. They would arrive, do their work, and leave, and never discuss anything with anyone. So at that point we had an interesting tidbit, if you will, that told us, hey, something's up. But the question was, exactly what? And we got our answer on February 20th when Nibiru Shock 2012 put up his first video, Nibiru Planet X photos taken January 2008, and he sourced these images to the SPT. Of course, our immediate response is, oh, you handsome devil, what have we got here? We started analyzing it, and as we were towards the end of our analysis, Nibiru Shock then posted another disclosure video, this one titled Nibiru Planet X Update, February 1, 2008, and this came out on the 3rd of March. We quickly added that to our work, and then on the 5th of March, we published a response video, Nibiru Planet X photos taken January 2008 response, and we also put an article up on Yowza.com, First Planet X Nibiru Images Leaked by an Anonymous South Pole Telescope SPT Informant. And here we went through a very detailed analysis of the imagery, and this is where we initially declared it to be compelling. Then on March 6th, Self-Inform Your Mind on YouTube posted the leaked Nibiru Photos Object Orbiting in Front video. It mentioned us and the XFAX site. We took note of that, but initially it just didn't seem terribly credible to us. And then after that, Nibiru Shock 2012 posted a video declaring himself to be a hoax. Then shortly after, pulled that down and also wrote us a message. And when I got that private message from Nibiru Shock 2012, we read it with great interest. It was just one of those things, you just stick it in the jar, put it up on the shelf, and wait to see how things play. And so we're now, for the very first time, talking about it. For those of you who have a Yowza subscription, you can download the full screen capture with the entire text of the message. It was this personal message from Nibiru Shock 2012 that really propelled me to take a very hard look at the entire series of videos between Nibiru Shock 2012 and Self-Inform Your Mind. And we're more interested in comparing the two, and that's what we did. On March 24th, 2008, we published a new series of analysis reports titled More Planet X Images, Self-Inform Your Mind versus Nibiru Shock 2012. In addition to those articles, I did a 3-part video which was rather extensive and delved very heavily into the disinformation techniques that we were seeing used. In that video, I explained to Self-Inform Your Mind how he had been, frankly, used as a straw man for what we felt was one of the most clever disinformation ploys we've seen in some time. For the record, as of today, there's been no response. Then on March 21st, 2008, Nibiru Shock came out with yet another video called The Amazing X Configuration. We've had a lot of people writing us and asking about this. Simply put, our findings are that this is a disinformation ploy that was put out there to come across as a hoax so as to discredit Nibiru Shock 2012. And it may or may not have been done by Nibiru Shock. Which takes us right back to what former President Richard Nixon once said. It's not the crime that kills you, it's the cover-up. And this cover-up is more aggressive, bigger, and more sophisticated than anything I've seen since I first started this research in 1999. So yes, for that reason, and that reason only, we are raising our assessment of the first 2 Nibiru Shock videos from compelling to highly credible. And we invite you to read our detailed analysis at yowza.com. That's YOWUSA.com. And now I'd like to close this video with a personal message to Nibiru Shock 2012. I know you're out there, and I know you're going to see this video. You're going to follow it, and you're under a terrible, terrible amount of pressure right now. And you may be wondering, did you do the right thing by coming forward? Because I know how hard it is to feel appreciated for this kind of courage, especially when you get these morons that come on and put on comments that seems like the minute they put 2 neural synapses together, the mouth starts going fuck, shit, piss. But I also want you to know, Nibiru Shock 2012, those morons are out there, but there's a lot of really good people out there that are grateful for what you did. So know this, when the Katrina class events start coming, boom, boom, ba-boom, 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 hard and fast, then you're going to be able to look at your loved ones, and they're going to look at you, and they're going to be proud of you, and you'll know you did the right thing. For Yowza.com, this is Marshall Masters. Our study on this matter is concluded.